Good morning, and we are live. There is not a lot of news today. There isn't, but there is some very, 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 very good news. So let's dig right into it. Good morning. I hope your coffee's as good as mine. Hell, I hope it's better. I really do. I hope you're having a really good cup of coffee this morning. I hope you're smiling. I hope you're happy. We have to start with a PSA. We do. We have to start with a PSA, public service announcement. We are a community here. And damn it, I have to keep showing these things. Do not know why I have to keep showing these things, but people, when you go into a national park, we're going to talk. Yes, we're going to talk about Lindsey Graham. Yes, we're going to talk about important stuff, but we're going to start here. Uh, yeah, when you go into a national park, they hand you a piece of paper, and it is a list of very straightforward instructions on what to do if you see a high capacity assault cow. They tell you how never get within X distance. I don't remember exactly what it is. I want to say it's 100 yards, like a football field. Never get within 100 yards. They just tell you don't mess with the high capacity assault cows. Yet nobody listens. I do not understand why people do not understand that these are not moo cows. These are not petting. This isn't a petting zoo. This isn't. Just pay attention, people. Please pay attention. He's looking a little frisky. He's looking like he's a little bit, feeling the afternoon cool or the morning cool air. Pardon me. See the people in the background? Yeah. You think they're within a football field? I think they're within a football field, don't you? There he is. There he is. Ah, man. Run, Grandpa, run! Run! Run, Grandpa! Run! Run! Oh, Grandpa didn't make it. How many times do we have to watch these videos, people? How many times do we have to watch these videos? These are some bad tempered animals. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, that was a little negative. That was a little negative. So I like to start things on a positive note. So Russia's having a lot of trouble with their people are pissed off. They are, and they're trying to win over the mill bloggers because the mill bloggers have just been hammering them because Russia's losing. Russia keeps attacking civilians and Ukraine keeps attacking Russian infrastructure, and Russia is losing. And the mill bloggers are saying, are you telling me we can't defend ourselves? Are you telling me we can't, so yeah, that's been going on for a while. So to win, there's a big push with the Russian mill bloggers to cuddle up to them with the military and treat them special. And They brought, you know how they let them come in and drive tanks, and well, they wanted to show off they've got whole new systems to fight drones, and they want you to sit. Matter of fact, come in and use it. Come in and use it. Just get firsthand experience with our new anti-drone equipment. Hold on. This is funny. This is funny. Oh my God, this is funny. Oh my God, hold on. Let me turn the sound off. That's a little loud. Hold on. Let me one more time. Oh my God, that is amazing. One more time. Let's just do it one more time. That's just worth watching. Come on. One more. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Russian Sergey the Mill blogger, the keyboard warrior. Oh, that was funny. Let's keep the good times rolling. Let's do it. Let's keep the good times rolling. Everybody, don't pretend you didn't smile when you read this news this morning. Do not tell me that you did not, as I did, have a big old ear-to-ear grin when you read this, because you know you did. Senator Lindsey Graham dies at 71 after brief and sudden illness. Yep. I immediately ran to YouTube and started playing that Queen song. Dun, dun, dun. Another one bites the dust. Dun, dun, dun. Another one bites the dust. And another one's gone, and another one's gone, and another one bites the dust. Get you to another one bites the dust. Hey, and everybody, the media is starting to hound in on Mitch as well. That this is really good. The Guardian's just like, look, is Mitch McConnell secretly dead? You know, we need to clear this up. I am glad to see it. I'd love to see Andy Bashir come to D.C. to the hospital and demand a briefing from the hospital. I would love to see Andy Bashir just you know, I understand he's trying not to look tacky, but I would love to see him. Just you know, take them balls out and throw them on the table, man. You know, I mean, just do it. Just do it, man. But yeah, this is the statement put out this morning from they say it comes in threes. So yeah, we'll call him number 3 today. Senator Donald Trump put out the statement. Senator Lindsey Graham, one of the greatest people and senators I've ever known, is dead. He was always working and was a true American patriot. Lindsey Graham will be greatly missed. Details and arrangements to follow. So sad. President Donald Trump. Okay. Well, I'm going to say some really crass things today. I'm not going to even pretend to be upset or sad for his family, or what wasn't like there was a wife. I guess his live-in boyfriend is going to be very sad, but I don't care. And before you go saying, "Oh, we're better than that. You're better than that, Paul. You're better than that." When they go low, we go high shit. There's some things that I just will not do, but this is not one of them, because you know what? Fuck that guy. This is what Donald Trump said the day that Bob Mueller died. Said, "Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people." President Donald J. Trump. Well, you know what? Lindsey Graham is dead at 71. Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. So where do we go from here? This is Senator, and this is Governor Henry McMaster, the pillar of strength. Yeah. Captain Deer in the headlights. Every time you see a picture of him, he looks like a deer in the headlights. He has to now pick a replacement. Should be pretty straightforward. Normally in a situation like that, a guy like that will take the money and run. He'll take his his governor's retirement that he gets virtually day one when he steps into office, and then he'll appoint himself senator. Spend 5 years in the Senate, collect a retirement there. That's typically what happens in these situations. But McMaster, he is a fainting daisy. He is as weak as they come. And I got to tell you, this is already everybody's seeing this coming. This is going to be a mess. This is going to be a mess. It is a Republican governor, and by law, even if it was the day before the election, he has the ability to appoint a senator. This isn't like Kentucky where there's a deadline and then you have to have a special elect. This isn't a situation like that. This is what's going to happen. Henry McMaster is going to appoint a replacement. But here's where it gets sticky. This fucking guy has never let anything, any situation like this go by without it being all about him. So, yeah, Donald Trump is already weighing in on who he wants appointed. He is already squeezed out a turd in this pool. And yeah, it's going to be a mess for the Republicans. It is. It is. This is not going to be smooth. This is not going to be easy. This isn't going to be this this is going to be ugly, and I'm here for it. I am here to eat the popcorn. I am here to eat the popcorn. 1 second. One second. See if I can find my. One second. Just for no particular reason, I would like to remind you that this is Dr. Annie Andrews. She is running for Senate in South Carolina. This is her website, DrAnnieAndrews.com. She is absolutely an astounding, strong candidate. She is already garnering tons of support. She was giving the Republicans fits. She was closing in on Lindsey Graham, and he was an incumbent. Well, there's no longer an incumbent in this race. There's going to be somebody appointed by the Republicans. There's going to be somebody appointed by the Republicans that is absolutely not going to be. There's going to be division. Let me just put it that way. There's going to be division on their side. This is an opportunity for us to get behind Annie Andrews. Again, she is obviously extremely intelligent, extremely articulate. She's an appealing candidate. She's one of those candidates that does well with people. She, there are just people that have it and people that don't have it. There are people that it's just awkward. John Thune doesn't do well in a crowd. He doesn't. When you're around John Thune, you just feel like security is going to just collapse on you at any minute. He's not doesn't do well in a crowd, but Annie Andrews, she does. She does. You could see her walking up to somebody, putting her hand on their shoulder and answering a question. I mean, she's good at this, folks. She really is. She's got a shot. She's got a real shot, especially with no incumbent sitting in the seat, especially with the discontent, because there's a lot more to talk about than just Lindsey Graham dying. I mean, there's a lot more to talk about today. I'm not going to get behind on the comments. They're coming in fast and furious. So let's go to read a few comments, and then we will continue on with the way people are reacting to Lindsey Graham. Let's do the reactions first, and we'll come to the comments. This is not something that people are holding back on. These are just some of the memes that are floating around out there. This one is hilarious. This is the Death playing his crane game, obviously trying to pick out Mitch and ends up with Lindsey Graham. This one, they come in threes, people. They come in threes. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. These things come in threes. This one just, I spit coffee out. I had to actually literally clean my computer screen, my keyboard, my mouse pad, everything. I had to wipe it down today because of this meme right here. I don't know why this hit me. I don't know why this hit me, but it hit me. It hit me freaking hard, man. I did. They come in threes. They come in threes. This was another good one. Oh my God. It's okay to laugh, people. It is. It's okay to laugh. It really is. It's okay to laugh. These were bad people. These were not good people. It is okay. Everybody brings joy to this world. They do. Everybody brings joy to this world. Just some people bring it by coming, some people bring it by going. And these guys brought joy by going. They did. They really did. I'm telling you, the consensus is there. I mean, there are, this has gone absolutely viral. There are a million memes like this just floating around. It is just it's universal. It's universal. One more. This one is good. This one's going to make it. This one's going to make a lot of people smile. If you watch this show regularly, you know the guy on the left is Itamar Ben-Gvir. Just soak it in. Just soak it in. Just soak it in. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody just mentioned Grassley, and Grassley's in his 90s, and I'm just really hoping that Chuck can hang in there. I really do, because I'd really like that third person to be someone else. Mr. Fat Ankles. So yeah, it's Lindsey's gone. Lindsey's gone. Before we move on, this is Sunday show. We're going to roundtable this quite a bit. Where are y'all at on this? What are your thoughts? What are your questions on this? We'll take a few minutes. I'll grab another cup of coffee. You tell me, where are you at on this? I mean, are there any particular questions about the process or anything like that? Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Will McConnell and Graham Lyons state together at the Capitol? Um, People will throw tomatoes if they try to do a procession to have them lie in state. People will throw tomatoes at that vehicle. I mean, it rotten tomatoes. It is that will not go over well. People, you know, people are just not going to be okay with this. They're not. They're just not going to be okay with this. Thank you, dear. People are just not going to be okay with this. That's a good question, because that's what he was talking about when Trump said in his statement that arrangements are being made. They're going to try to do something like that. They are. They think that they're rope a doping us. They're trying to get us to. They're trying to motivate their people by trying to, you know, set up situations where we can behave poorly. Um, yeah, that's just not going to matter. It's just not. It's just not going to matter. There are too many other things that are going on that are pulling people in. It's a boxing term. It's a fighting term. It's a boxing term. Um, but yeah, it's not going to make a difference. It's there's going to be people are going to be celebratory over this, and it will not matter. The GOP likes to run to victimhood, and they're going to want to post all the horrible comments and stuff like that. And I'm here for it. I don't care. I'm here for it. I don't know about you. I mean, I don't know. Are y'all on the high road about this, or where are y'all at? I mean, that's pretty straightforward right there. I like that you don't beat around the bush. I love this. I love this. I'm asking any questions about Lindsey Graham and this, et cetera. And somebody posted a comment. So, what are Democrats thinking in Maine? Oh God, it just shows you how people do. Thank you, Patrice. I appreciate the comment. Appreciate the question. But yeah, it looks like in Maine, the runner-up, it looks like Troy Jackson's is. One second, let me get you a picture. It looks like people are leaning towards Troy Jackson. You can't guarantee that right now because they're really trying to make this. The party's working really hard to make this an open process, so it doesn't feel like the party just picked somebody. Um, but yeah, Troy Jackson is the. One second. One second. Oh, damn. I hope your coffee's as good as mine. Woo. Mm, mm-mm. I hope Jordan's here today. Jordan. Oh my God. This stuff is just out of this world. You were asking me what I thought about it. This stuff is out of this world. Man, bourbon pecan torte. Woo. I'm telling you, brother. Jordan Miller sent me a package. Uh, it had a jersey in it. I mean, an actual NFL jersey that he had custom printed with the word Democrat on the nameplate. It's a Texan. He knows I'm a Texans fan. It's a Texans jersey, and on the back, I can't that that kind of generosity, I mean, that choked me up. It really did. It really did. Then he sent me several bags of Pete's, which made Mrs. Texas Paul squeal like a little girl. And then of course when I'm pulling the bags out, bags of coffee out, I'm like, oh look, there's Pop's coffee in there also. Never had it. It's fucking fantastic. If you're looking for something good, this bourbon pecan torte is just, it is off the hook good. It's kind of like buttery with just a little bit of, it's really good. It is really good. It tastes like a really buttery pecan roll that you've been dipping in your coffee. It's really good. But then I get through the coffee and there's this Jersey in there, and then I'm squealing like a little girl. And then it hit me, and then I hate to admit it, but tears start to well up. I was just so floored. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. The assortment of Pete's was off the hook generous, and then the other coffee, and then the Jersey. That was a lot, my brother. I know it. But yeah, Troy Jackson. He is the president of the Senate in Maine. He is the guy that is right now leading. The money in Vegas is on Troy Jackson. That's where I'll put it that way. Is he the only guy being considered? No, he is not. No, he is not. They are trying to be incredibly inclusive up there. That was a great question. They're trying to get as many people involved to try to. They don't have. They've got 18 days. They're not going to be able to set up another primary. It's just not possible. You can't do a primary in 18 days. So yeah, yeah. They're trying to be as inclusive as possible, but really, Troy Jackson is leading the way. I believe he came in second in the primary. That's what we're looking at. Let's go to some of the comments. Standard deviation, 73rd for incredibly generous. Thank you for buying memberships for all the people out there. If you're watching this show, 3 quick things. First, make sure that you have it set in your YouTube settings to allow yourself to receive gifts. Not give gifts, receive gifts. Then YouTube will hand you one of these memberships free, and you get access to all the emojis and whatnot. And by the way, I need some emails on emoji ideas, anything that you'd like to see, to add a few emojis and stuff like that to kind of keep it fun and fresh. I'd love to hear some emails. I'd love to hear your comments on that. The second thing I need you to do is hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up button, and the notification button. We've just got, it's that time. It's that time. It is election time. It is time to get as many people involved as possible. Scott, 7907, good morning from IAH, heading to Longview for the week. Maybe I'll bump into you. Maybe. I'm in and out of Longview a lot. Catherine Ryan, don't deaths usually occur in threes? Yep. And everybody's hoping. And you know what? Let's just be honest about it. 2 things. If you don't want to go there, put the hearts and skulls in the comments. But if you're a little bit bolder, who do you want to see as number 3? Who do you want to see drop dead next? They always come in threes. Jordan, thank you, my brother. That was incredibly generous of you. I am super grateful. That was really, really choked me up in the middle of my own kitchen, man. I'm super grateful. I should have had that Jersey here so I could show you. It's incredible. Maybe Mrs. Texas Paul will bring it to me. But yeah, I immediately I washed it and hung it in my closet. I'm going to wear the shit out of that. Zebediah Strange, please keep comments regarding the passing of Senator Lindsey Graham respectful and constructive out of respect. Fuck that guy in particular. I love it. You know what? Donald Trump set the tone. Don't lecture me. Donald Trump set the tone. Morning Demon. With all these passings, we are still missing that Rokana was held by Israeli settlers and the IDF at gunpoint. Where's the outrage? In a situation like that, the media is not going to say a damn thing. They're not. And she's absolutely right. That actually did happen. Rokana, here you go. Thank you, honey. It is coming out. Look, I want to just show you all the headlines. The media is not going to jump on that without confirmation. That is an international incident. Is our government going to do anything about it? No, they're not. But these are all the headlines that are coming out just yesterday and today about that event. It is going to be talked about. I've been waiting to get more details. Was he threatened? Was he? I don't like to be first. I don't care to be first. It doesn't matter. We want to talk about what happened and what it means. I'm kind of interested to see how this shakes out. If there is a lot of people that are, vocal and upset about this, but yeah, it really happened. It really happened. He was in the West Bank, uh, just doing a fact finding. Just what congressmen do, doing a fact, doing his fact finding. Um, and yeah, they held him at gunpoint. They held him at gunpoint. They were eventually forced by IDF to release him, but he was held for over an hour at gunpoint by radical ass settlers. That's the situation there. That is the situation there. Oh, check this out. Is that cool? Official NFL Texans, but wait for it. Wait for it. Is this not fucking cool? I'm gonna get choked up again. Is this not cool? Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen? Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you. That was incredibly generous of you. But yeah, let's get back to what we were talking about. So yeah, I hope you understand Morning Demon. I thank you for keeping it active. Thank you very much for the comment. Thank you for the support. Thank you for keeping active, because that's exactly what has to happen. People have to keep talking about this. This has to be brought to the forefront, or the media will just let it go. The media will just let it go. This is an international incident, and it really highlights just how lawless these settlers are. It really does. It just shows how completely lawless these settlers are. I mean, there have been incidents of these settlers attacking Palestinian homes. There have been, I mean, there's a lot going on there, folks. That is just, and something like this will go a long ways to pulling back the shroud on it. It will. So keep it up. D Canyon, at least Lindsey Graham made it through Pride Month. Oh man. Oh. I'm just gonna let that one marinate for a second. Oh man. Oh man. And you know what? The funny part, what makes that funny is nobody cared. That man lived his whole life in the closet and nobody cared. The Republicans knew he was gay. We knew he was gay and nobody cared. He just wouldn't live his best life. And that is one of the reasons I don't give a damn that he died. I don't. I don't give a damn that he died. Oh yeah, Stephen Colbert's from South Carolina. I don't know how that's pertinent, but yeah, he is. The devil of Dallas, Pansy Graham is dead. South Carolina is alive. He was one of the weakest individuals. He really was weak, just weak. Shifty Lincoln. If only Lindsey Graham had a water bucket nearby so he could turn the lava into obsidian. Yeah, no, that ain't going to happen, brother. That ain't going to happen. If you are a Christian and you believe, then you better believe Lindsey Graham is down there with Mitch McConnell and Satan. Big Gizmo, lots of Lindsey glazing on the Sunday morning shows right now. I bet the media is freaking worthless and out of touch completely. Lindsey died, Jordan. Lindsey died with TDS, Trump's deranged supporter syndrome. Yep. 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 There needs to be a law that forces Congress and Senate to report a death or incapacitation within 48 hours. Yep. Yep. Mitch McConnell is going to spur a law. He is. He's going to. The Senate is all of Congress is loath to pass anything that dictates to them that they don't get to control everything. And so yeah, it'll be tough to get one passed, but you can get one passed. You can do it. You can by raising hell and making noise. And I got a story for you in a little bit that proves that you making noise matters. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Yep. Lindsey Graham is burning in hell with Charlie Kirk. Oh, man, I love it. Punch him in the throat, why don't you? Ollie, 1976. I don't cry when evil dies. It comes in threes. Yep. Yep. Just a few more comments and we'll get back to work. Steve Prift, one of the most war-mongering pro-Israel senators who kissed Trump's ring so much it's gone and his absence is welcomed by millions. Yep. Sally S24, support Annie Andrews for Kentucky or South Carolina, not Kentucky, South Carolina. Annie Andrews, South Carolina. Appreciate the support. We knew what you meant. We did. Marcia Klepper, thank you for gifting the memberships. Thank you. Sally S24. Oops. Annie Andrews from South Carolina. You got it. Sally, you got it. You got it. I do. We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant. We did. We knew what you meant. George, thank you for always being here, brother. We did. Sally, we knew what you meant. We knew what you meant. Kathy Young, the reflecting pool is now the river Styx. There's a meme. I didn't even pull a fraction of the memes up. I didn't. There is a meme that's is kind of like a Where's Waldo, but in a wetsuit meme with Mitch McConnell saying, I found Mitch, and it has him standing covered in slime in the reflecting pool. They're all over the place, man. They really are. Die and Breed Garage. Hey, Paul, here with you as always. I feel nothing but that LG is gone. The world is a better place without him. He caused the death of thousands of people. So fuck Lindsey Graham. Not sorry. Did you see the VW? I did. That thing purrs like a kid. Mine was loud, man. But I had the 1600 in mine. I said his wife has the coolest Beetle. He does. I had the same year. It's a 72, right? Correct me if I'm wrong there. It's a 72. Had the same year I did. But mine had the 1600 in it. Mine was the Super Beetle. Hers has a 1300 in it, and hers just purrs like a kitten, man. Mine was like, I love them Beetles, man. I do. NYX, Paul, love you. Thank you for being that voice. I love you, you asshole. Don Shepard, thank you for being a member. Glad to see you here. Linda Orndorff. Haven't seen that name in a while. The only good thing I can say about Lindsey is he's 100% supported, 100% supported Ukraine. He just came back from touring a drone factory and meeting with Zelensky a few hours before he died. Yeah, even a broken clock's right twice a day. Stoneflower Dragon, what is the cause of death? Just got back from Kyiv. Heart attack is what it looks like. Yeah, looked like he dropped like a rock, just like Mitch did. Texas Yellow Rose, didn't he just come back from Ukraine? He did. I hate death, but I'm glad he's out of Congress. I know some of y'all were going to go high road. That's okay. God bless you. God bless you. Ninja Vestos. Trump made fun of Rob Reiner's death. I'm over being respectful now when these horrible people die. I don't care. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to high road this shit. You Republican pieces of shit chose the most unfit, worthless son of a bitch to sit in the Oval Office, and the president sets the tone for the nation. He is the leader primus. He is. That's what you fucking chose. That's what you fucking get. Don't look for more from me. Don't. Donna DeJoya, glad to see you. DeJoya, glad to see you. I'm glad Lindsey is gone. Looking forward to the memes that the dangerous ones will have. The ones you had were really good first taste. Good morning to you and Mrs. Texas. Enjoy it. Enjoy social media today. It is just, it will make you smile. It will. It's Sunday. Take a little time. Flip through social media. The memes are. Chandra Patton, sorry, not sorry. I hear you. Thank you for always being here, Chandra. Thank you. Tube Kurt, I know Zip regarding South Carolina. Is the seat flip actually possible? Normally, no. Normally, no. This isn't normally. This isn't. We've got some stories. You'll understand. We've got some more stories coming in after we finish up with these comments. We've got some more stories coming in. I don't want to get behind on the comments. I don't. We've got some more stories coming in. This is not the normal time. This is not normal time. On top of it, they have got no incumbent anymore. I'm telling you, this keep an eye on Annie Andrews. If you got a little bit of Starbucks money, want to skip that Starbucks cup of coffee and help her out, that'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. You got a Dunkalette. Woo! Somebody went fancy this morning. Somebody went fancy. Jordan, I'm fired up for election season. I am too, man. I'm glad it's here. I'm glad once we get through August, and I know people keep sending me that, there's still 4 in September. I know that. But the 4 in September always get overshadowed because there's so many in August, and then boom, all the main campaign commercials. Yeah, man, I'm excited. We're just a couple weeks from being in the thick of it, and I couldn't be happier. The faster we get this done, the better. Andrew Borth, 6629. It's been months since I got on the live. What a happy occasion to get back on. My mind read the headline as Mitch was dead. I was like, is this speculation again? Then had to double take. Great timing, Lindsey Graham. Andrew, good to see you, brother. Glad to see you back. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for being so generous on your return. But yeah, glad to see you back. William Perucker. Help me with that pronunciation. Is it Perucker or help me out there, brother? Help me. Thank you for being so generous and gifting those memberships. Dottie Ferries, thank you for the generous support. Jan, thank you for the generous support. 12V man, remember Stephen Colbert from South Carolina? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But we've already got a great candidate, and that primary is over. Sheriff, Musk would be my choice for the third. Yeah. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. Yoda be wise. PSA, orange taint is toxic. Yep. Weird Idaho liberal. Brace. Everybody brace. I haven't read it yet. Everybody brace. It's going to be a good one. There's no pancake syrup in hell for little flapjack. Oh, man, I thought that was going to be that. You had me scared for a minute, brother. You had me scared. You did. That was good. Clarence WD, the quote, schoolhouse, to quote Schoolhouse Rock. You can say schoolhouse on here. It's okay. 3 is the magic number. Yep. Boy, did you just take me back to my childhood. Schoolhouse Rock. Randy Ryder, Dmitry Peskov is now talking about Russia possibly using nukes against Kyiv. Yeah, they've actually he that's his shtick. You'll find that he's been saying shit like that for 3 years now. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. Don't let it get you scared. Thank you for the huge support, man. But Peskov, he's just out there doing his own freaking thing, man. He's always he's been literally, you can go back and Google. Peskov has been talking about we got a new Kyiv for 3 freaking years, man. That reaction, if they nuked Kyiv, I would fly to Ukraine and fight myself. I would. I just did no. No, that would not be the reaction they would expect. Nenang, will it be an open closet? Oh, God damn. Ah, I knew you people would be the best. I knew you would. I knew you would. Oh, my God. Oh, oh. And again, we are not making fun of him because he was gay. That has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that he was so deep into the closet, he found Narnia, and nobody cared. No, everybody knew. Nobody cared. NYX, Paul, I love you. Thank you for being that voice. I love you. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Rock and Ron, happy to be able to be here today. Surprised Lindsey beat Mitch there, or did he? Yeah, that's the question. And people are asking. Skeet's there are satellite images of the damage being done in Albania. The Trump family had no idea what's coming for them. That is one of the stories that we're going to talk about today. So stick with me. Stick with me. Not the satellite image, but something else. Susie, welcome. Glad to see you're a member. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. Donna McMullen, thank you for always being so generous. Thank you for supporting the show, Donna. Kyra loves Michael. For the custom pond, Kyra, thank you for always being so generous. Dave Barone, hate to change the subject, but Donald J. Trump just stopped from receiving a bank charter. Had not seen that. Thanks for bringing it up. I will. And let me just go. Let me get in there. Donald. By the way, another pro tip: if you guys, I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, only pay attention to me. If you people want to do this, you've got to go down to Walmart and do it like I do. Do it like I do. Okay. Don't be like wasting money. Back to school time. These things are dirt freaking cheap. I go buy a stack this tall. Every time it's back to school time, I go buy a stack of these. Get you one subject notebooks, and so you can just jot things down. Donald Trump. So I don't forget. Denied charter. All right. We will, you know what we'll be talking about on Wednesday. Thank you for the tip, man. I had not seen that. I know they've got several of those online banking crypto scams going on, and yeah. Thanks for the comment. Great comment, brother. Agent Cajun John, I would never expect LG before Donald J. Trump. He will be next, I hope. John, yeah. Everybody's hoping that, brother. Everybody's hoping. John, I want you to do me a favor. It's been creeping up to 100 degrees here. That's Fahrenheit. What's the temperature up there in Canada, man? Just to make you smile a little bit, because I know you were down here in Louisiana, just a little ways away from me. It's almost 100 degrees here, brother. What's the temperature up there in that beautiful, beautiful park where you're staying at right now? Diane Bree Garage, it's a 66. Nice. VW, just like Herbie the Love Bug, which was a 63. It's a great sounding, it's a great around town car. My wife and my daughter love running errands with it. I bet they do. They are the funnest cars. Those old VWs, man, they are the best. Gail, but I love VWs. I really do. If you know what, if I could find like, the old, what is it, the 12 windows or something like, I would own one of those. I really would. Gail Brownell, they think we're disrespectful now. Just wait. Yep. I seriously thought about buying one of the new electric VW buses, but when we went to look at them, I love cars, man. I do. I love cars. I really love cars. When something new comes out, I run down to the dealership to look at it. Um, um, it's an addiction. And Mrs. Texas Paul is a great wife, and she allows me to do it. But we went down to look at the new VW van. I was excited about that. I really was. You remember I've talked about it in shows forever before it came out. That thing's freaking huge. It is a big van. I was shocked, man. I was like, whoa, this is much bigger than we can do. Blockading Cuba is war. Oil refineries in Louisiana are in drone range. Yeah, folks, folks. I think she's talking about the expanding. We're going to talk about Iran here in a little bit. Lily Wiggs, Trump had to go to Walter Reed after his NATO trip. Wonder why? Yep. Yep. Keep your fingers crossed. These things happen in threes. Grim Reaper VF 101 is my favorite F 14 squadron. Nice. Nice. Auntie Cecily, Trump will see how hated Graham is and get it, right? Yeah. No, he's not going to get you. Jordan B. Miller, James Talarico is doing it right. Every time his ad shows up on YouTube asking for $5, I can't help but send it in. Always remember, when Democrats are in the race, we can win. Democrats have to be in every race. You know what? I'm going to do a shout out to my man, Kendall Scudder. He was just reelected head of the Texas Democratic Party. He is great. I squealed like a little girl the first time he got elected. I mean, he is a good man. He is a good man and focused. We have every statewide election in the state, we have Democrats on the ticket. This is the first time, I think, in like 25 years that's been the case. Yeah, the Democrats here are getting it done. NYX, if people spread hate and then calls to violence, how is my fish belly blue ass the threat here? Yep. Scott 7907 LG death. Lindsey Graham's death goes to show being an a-hole is stressful. Yeah. 71 is not that old, man. It is not that old. Travel on Trish. Hey, Texas Paul. I was just in Robinson, Texas, visiting family. I drove from Louisiana. Or was it LA, Los Angeles? Beautiful area around here. When we see LA, we think Louisiana. Beautiful area. By the way, I'm chilling the Champagne. He's hoping for. Oh, we had a little blink there. ET, sorry, was up late last night helping a buddy. Man, that's a good man right there. That is a good man. Hope everything's okay, man. Usually late night helping a buddy, you either get in trouble with the wife or something really's gone wrong, man. I hope he's okay. Steve Piff, big, beautiful obituary. Couple more, and we're going to get back to work. George Leinenweber, Republicans are scrambling, trying to replace these dudes. Yep, it's going to be ugly. NYX, nuke is always a hollow threat. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Amen. Amen. Veggie Owl Girl, sorry I'm late. I will be visiting my mom later on today. Her dementia is getting worse. I'm sorry to hear that. She's in the hospital psych ward because she got hostile at the nursing home. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I've dealt with that. I've seen that. I know people that have dealt with that situation firsthand, and it is always so difficult. They get confused and lost, and it's natural. It's natural to become paranoid and angry and lash out. Take care of your mama. Take care of your mama. It is so hard to see people that have been so strong for so long, to see them degrade that way. It is something. I am very sorry. Sergeant Flux, Donald J. Trump shouldn't depart until the fuel crisis arrives. Yeah, that is happening. That has happened. That is barreling towards us. Glenn Kaneko, thank you for gifting the memberships. Mitch McConnell prevented them from pulling the same stunt with Lindsey Graham. They can only get away with the one Schrodinger senator. Yep. Yeah. I was thinking the exact same thing. They couldn't have pulled that shit twice. Mr. Wallace from Cash Patel X regarding Lindsey Graham. The FBI is assisting local authorities. Since when does the FBI assist with a cardiac arrest death? No shit. No shit. Nico Desmond, good to see you. You can electrify old bugs in the EU. There are people that are doing those conversion kits and they're very cool, man. They're very cool. Agent Cajun John, temp 78 degrees. I hate you so much right now. Actually, it's getting a little cooler right now because we got some rainstorms coming in over the next few days. When you know what, my day's off, when I need to get some shit done around here, it's going to rain. I'm so jealous, brother. Truthful Politics, you are truly an ally to good Americans. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We got about 4 or 5 more. We're going to get back to work. Jordan Miller, I hope Satan takes corrupt doze off Donald Trump at exactly 11:59 a.m. on January 20th, 2029. And I hear you, man. But a lot of people want it sooner than that. Cassie Lake, Good morning, Texas, Paul and community. It's 36 degrees Celsius today on the ranch. That is a little warm. With humidex feels like 47 degrees. Oh, crazy weather and metaphor for these times. Amen. Yes, it is. E.T. And here, Lindsey Graham was just in Ukraine looking like he was changing his tune. You sure Daddy Vladdy didn't have a hand in it? There will be conspiracies. There will be conspiracies all over this. There really will. Cassie Lake, yeah. Uh, I'm telling you, everybody, just a PSA, everybody, there's the heat wave that has grasped the entire country into southern Canada. There are temperatures that people are not used to, that the the grids aren't built out to support. So yeah, everybody be cooperative. I have raised my AC 4 degrees. I have. I've raised my AC 4 degrees to try to help out. We're a good community here. We care about people. Let's all do what we can do to make sure everybody's okay. To make sure everybody's okay. Well, this is Republicans. They can go live off in fantasy land. That's not us. That's not us. Et and here, Lindsey Graham was just in Ukraine. Yep, yep. Diamond Garage. I'm lucky that my wife supports and enjoys my classic car hobby. I told her on our second date, so she knew going in. She wants a 69 Camaro SS convertible. Don't we all, brother? Don't we all? But you need aren't they like aren't they like 70, 80 right now? I mean, to get one in decent shape, you'd have to get one that's going to need a complete frame off to touch it, my brother, unless you got like millions of dollars in the bank that I don't know about. That is a tall wish right there. Little bits. She don't play, does she? She's like, ooh, give me the SS convertible. Woo. I like your wife's taste, man. I knew a guy that had one, wasn't a convertible. 69 SS was not the convertible. Uh, Painted white with the black muscle stripes. Man, Frito Lay, hey Paul, I'm not being negative, but are you concerned that Lindsey Graham's death will spur Republicans and MAGA to go out and vote in force? I hope not. Why would it? Why would it? They're actually losing. It's going to be the opposite. They're losing. There is a segment. This is just reality. I'm not being ageist. I'm not being mean. I'm not being ugly. Great question. There's a segment of people in their 70s and 80s that their families wheel them to the polls and they can't remember shit, but they know for the last 20 years they voted for Lindsey Graham. And that name won't be there for them to push. So a lot of them will skip it. Some of them will, oh, Annie Andrews, that sounds like a nice name, because they're not with it. Yeah, there's several factors that go into losing an incumbent, because that incumbent, Lindsey Graham had relationships with people to fund his campaigns and stuff that he built. All of that's gone, gone. Jenny, 2025, mourned with Lindsey Graham first died. The friend of John McCain, smart military lawyer, the one who said Joe Biden was the nicest man he ever met and that Donald J. Trump was horrible. Then he morphed into a weak Trump ass kisser. No tears now. Yeah, he was the weakest sumbitch you've ever seen. He really was. Andrew Borth got to come back now for the fake Christian. If God is on your side, why did he take Lindsey Graham at the perfect time for you to lose? Ouch. 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 Village Witch House. Thank you for supporting the show. I really do. What a buffet of names for the third. I think it's now the Cussing Cup. Stick shift. Yeah, my first was a 72 Vega. That was a cool car. Beautiful shirt, Paul. Thank you. That was a cool car. The Vega, the only Chevy really pushed the envelope with the Vega. They put in, it had an aluminum block, man. Or was it just aluminum? No, it was an aluminum block with aluminum heads. That was completely new at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Aluminum block with aluminum heads. It was really, really, it moved the needle. Thank you again, Village Witch House. Thank you. Andrew Borth, YouTube filter stopped me from asking what outfit Lindsey Graham was wearing. Yeah. The YouTube is hot on it, man. They really are. They are. Sheila GW, Washington Post wants independent autopsy for Lindsey. That's not going to happen because rumor has it, and this is just a rumor. I've never seen it personally in person. Rumor has it that Lindsey had habits. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be an autopsy. Kyra loves Michael. Michael wanted me to tell you that Trump will never die because the devil doesn't want the competition. I'm telling you, man. Skeet there. It is so insane to me that you talk about conserving power. Where I live, there's no transmission issue since the blackout of 2003. I guess Texas never got the memo, but I know why. Vote them out. Actually, this heat wave is so bad. The eastern and western grids are struggling too. It is really no kidding, from my heart. If you can do it. I'm not asking for anybody to put themselves in a, physical harm in any way like that. But if you can, a degree or two up on the air conditioner, if you can. Connie Leiden, thank you for the support, Connie. Thank you. V-Man, how will Lindsey Graham's passing affect the South Carolina Senate race? Is it a plus or a minus for Annie Andrews? Huge plus. Huge plus for Annie Andrews. Great question. Thank you. Huge. Graham was the incumbent. Like you said, people, trained mules are there. There's going to be, it's kind of like in Maine, there are feelings about who's next. And, some people are going to be butthurt. That's going to, I don't know that the Republicans are going to get over that as easily as we are in Maine because of this is a blue wave election. Not only is it, the off-year election, which favors the party out of power, and boy, are we out of power, but it's also a referendum on Trump. It is. And the Republicans are scrambling. They're struggling. They're not unified. Zebediah Strange, the important thing is that there's no such thing as climate change and we're going to all be fine. Yeah, right. The sarcasm dripping off of it. Kathy Young, Corvair had aluminum block. I love the Corvairs. I love it. And to this day, that is the number one reason I hate Ralph Reed. I do. Yeah, America had a rear engine car just like Porsche. The Corvair. If you're unfamiliar with the Corvair, it was a rear engine car and it was air cooled. It was cool as shit, man. It really was. And then Ralph Reed killed it with his book, Dangerous at Any Speed, because morons couldn't drive a rear engine car. Hard to know Iran's target intentions when it comes to conspiracy, how Lindsey Graham became dead. Yeah, Iran had nothing to do with that, I assure you. Mike Daly, the Dim. That sonic boom you heard was John McCain seeing Lady Lindsey after Graham's support of Trump. Agent Cajun John. I had a 1968 Firebird when I was 19, and before that, a 1971 Monte Carlo. That was a sweet Monte Carlo. I had one very similar to that, man. That was a great car. It did. And my Monte Carlo, we took a 350 out of a total Chevy truck. It had a 4-bolt main in it. Stroked it out to 383, dropped it in that bad boy, complete sleeper. But oh my God, it drove nice. All right, back to work. Ralph Nader. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, in this story, a lot of you are going to feel like this. It is, but and I know you're tired of talking about it. But yeah, it is. It feels like Groundhog's Day again, because you know what we're going to talk about next, right? I bet everybody in the comments already knows what we're going to talk about next. The media is not really even putting much into it this time. We're at war with Iran again. New exchanges. Iran had reached out to its Gulf neighbors to try to reinitiate the peace process, but um, more ships tried to run the strait, and they hit another ship, another oil cargo ship, an oil tanker, and it was on fire. And then Trump, in keg breath, hit Iran again. So Iran attacked our military assets in its neighbors. I hate that the media always presents this as though Iran attacked Bahrain or Iran attacked Kuwait. They didn't. They're aiming at our military assets there. They could easily, there's nothing protecting Kuwait's government building. There's nothing protecting Bahrain's government building. They could rain hell down on Bahrain. They could rain hell down on the Saudis. There's nothing protecting them. It's our assets. It's our assets in the United Arab Emirates. It's our assets that they're attacking. But our media likes to, go along with the Trump administration and pretend that it's, something that it's not. This has been happening. We have been warning people, and even if this latest exchange had not happened, this was going to happen, folks. This was going to happen. And I'm not one of those people that is just pay attention to me. I am telling you, follow Matt Randolph, follow Mr. Global. He does a great job of explaining these, probably better than I do, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, I have been following this forever. Gas prices reverse course and start rising again. If you are if you're new to this show, this is something that I have been putting PSAs about, that this was happening. No matter what, this was going to happen. And this is what is happening right now. I said we're running out of time, and things like this, we're going to start one thing after another. You saw all the ships coming in buying diesel. World diesel supplies got choked because of this stupid war in Iran. Diesel fuel is a global commodity, just like oil. And we were selling diesel on the world market as fast as we possibly could. And the price spread, we've talked about the real world price of oil versus the futures price, and the profit margin, the price spread between what refiners were paying for oil, what they were getting out refined on the other side for diesel, because of the high demand of diesel, has skyrocketed. It has skyrocketed. Diesel is ultra profitable for refiners right now. So they are changing the gravity of the oil. They're changing the blend of the oil that they pump into their refiners and making it heavier, so they get more diesel out of each batch. You follow me? That's kind of the Cliff Notes way to put it. What goes in determines what comes out. They're changing their formulations at the refineries because the profit margins on diesel are so high, they cannot ignore it. They have fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders to react to market conditions. So what does that mean? What does it mean if refiners are refining more diesel? Well, that means prices will come down, right? No, the demand is too high. No, diesel prices won't come down. But worse, what it means is they're refining less gasoline. Because remember, it's refined in a column. I've actually showed you diagrams of this before, how it's refined, and how they use heat and pressure and they just have different pipes at different places on this long tube, right? Well, when you change the gravity of your oil going in, you're going to get more diesel, right? Well, that means you're going to get less of the light stuff at the top. That means fewer petroleum feedstocks, the stuff that's used in manufacturing. All that stuff is up here. That's what the light stuff. Fewer petroleum feedstocks are going to come out of the refiners. Less gasoline is going to come out. It is up here at the top. It is a lighter oil, right? That's just naturally what's going to happen. If they're refining more diesel, you're going to get less gasoline. So diesel prices aren't going to drop because of this. Gasoline prices are going to go up. We warned about this and warned about this and warned about this. Even if peace broke out today, if Iran said, you know what, we're wrong about all of this. You can have the Strait of Hormuz. We'll be good. Don't worry. It's over. And Trump said, oh, my bad. I won't listen to Netanyahu anymore. And Netanyahu dropped dead of a heart attack. And, all of that, if all of that happened so that peace broke out in that region, your gas prices are still going up because of the market pressures and the time it takes to correct. That is still happening. What's the good news? Is this is going to continue on for several months, right through the midterms. That's why I say this is a very different election. So when somebody was asking about South Carolina, is this no, this is not a lock anymore for Republicans. It is not. And by the way, I love this comment, by the way. 90% of all political contributions from fossil fuel industry go to the conservative Republican Party. Just another reason to think about buying an electric car. Right now, while all this is going on, just to highlight more stupidity, all of the subsidies, Donald Trump, she's short-sightedness, all the subsidies for solar, all the subsidies for wind, and all the subsidies for electric vehicles are gone. Are gone. Drill, baby, drill, baby. Yeah. That is really happening, folks. That is really happening. This is also going on. The relationship between the U.S. and Mexico is already damaged. It's already in a rough spot. Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum is sick and tired of the bullshit. She is sick and tired of the disrespect. She is sick and tired of Mexicans being treated, her people being treated as though they're expendable commodities. And she and her government have now filed criminal complaints in the United States over 17 deaths of Mexicans in immigration custody. And I am here for it. I am here for it. She's putting the full force of the Mexican government behind these complaints. This is not something that they're going to be able to make go away. They are not. Everybody has had enough of this. Lorenzo Salgado Araujo being murdered in Houston, that is not going away. That is not going away. These bigot, moron, MAGA freaks thought that we could disrespect people and there wouldn't be a price. There is a price for that disrespect. There is. They have damaged our relationship with a close ally. They have. And now that ally is stepping up, availing itself of our court systems, our justice system, and demanding justice for their people, as damn well they should. As damn well they should. They should stand up for their people. Those people coming here to work are invited. They are invited. People like to say, well, Araujo wasn't a citizen. He was working on that. He was almost done. He was at his last steps to getting his U.S. citizenship. He worked in the construction industry. He was invited here by us, by these corporations. We damn well should treat these people with the respect and dignity they deserve. Period. Full stop. I am so glad to see Claudia Scheinbaum standing up for her people. Look, folks, I was raised in South Texas. We were not raised to disrespect Mexican people. We were not raised to diminish their culture. We were raised to admire it because there is much to admire. I will tell you, many of the problems that Mexico faces are our fault. They are our fault. People talk about border towns being criminal or dirty or whatever. You know, those those brothels in border towns aren't there for the Mexicans. They're there for the Americans. The drug trade, Mexicans aren't buying up those drugs. Mexicans aren't hoovering up cocaine coming out of Central America, shipped up through Mexico. Mexicans aren't buying up all the grass, aren't buying up, all the fentanyl that's smuggled in through Central America and up through Mexico. The fentanyl components that come out of China. No, Mexicans aren't buying that up. And Mexico doesn't produce guns. Mexico has very strict regulations on guns. The violence in Mexico is carried out with weapons that we sent them. You've heard me talk about the Iron River over and over and over again. This is why the gun manufacturers fight so hard why they fight registration so hard, because fighting registration is ridiculous. It is the stupidest argument any gun owner can have. Well, they'll just come they don't give a shit about you, Cletus. They don't give a shit about your shitty little guns. They don't. They don't care if you own 4 AR-15. They don't care how many AR-15s I own. They don't, because we don't own enough to make a damn difference. You ain't got that kind of money, Cletus. What they care about are the thousands of guns that get purchased here and shipped south to Mexico every year. That's what they care about. That's what they care about. And the gun manufacturers fucking know it. They fucking know it. And they don't want it to stop. They don't. They want to sell their guns and have them shipped down to Mexico. So yeah, I like my guns. I do. I like my guns. I've got one at my right hand right now. I do. Heckler and Koch. I got one at my right hand right now. I like my guns. I do. I grew up with them. I lost my hearing. I have profound hearing loss due to competitive shooting. So I'm not anti-guns. I am not. I am not there. But I will tell you, not registering guns is fucking stupid. It is stupid. There is no reason anybody can't know every weapon that's in that gun cabinet. None. I have nothing to hide. I fill out my federal paperwork. Nothing to hide. And I'll say it again. God bless Claudia Scheinbaum for standing up for her people. Damn right. You damn right. Well, I want to, I saved for the best for last. I did. And believe me, there is actually better than the Lindsey Graham story. There is. There's actually better than the Lindsey Graham story. I know you're not going to believe it, but there actually is better than the Lindsey Graham story. There is. I'm going to read a couple of comments and we're going to get right to it. I don't get it too far. Netadal, here in Europe, there's still a heat wave. There are many forest fires in France and Spain. Yes, it's very dry, very hot, and it is that latitude. That starts about mid Texas and goes all the way up to southern Canada. There's a swath of latitudinal lines. It's global all the way around. If you look at the weather maps, it's just red all the way around. This is an incredible super El Nino that we're dealing with. Diamond Garage, I'm going to have to build her that Camaro. I'm working on it, man. The Vega had an aluminum block and cast iron heads. Thank you for correcting me on that. That was cool as shit, man, which caused a lot of engine issues. GM got it right when they reversed it. Yeah. Kudos to them for breaking the ground on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it did cause a lot of issues. A lot of rebuilds had to be done. It did. It wasn't that, but they were the first one. They were building a light car that performed well. Who could bitch about that? Sure, the technology was going to have to be, but who wanted to go buy a Civic? A lot of people did, but they didn't really want it. So Chevy was like, let's build something that's cool, man. And that was the Vega. That was a cool as shit car. I loved it. And brother, that's the only way you're going to be able to do that. Those SSs are hard to come by. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to come up. You're gonna have to come up with. If I had to guess, even for one that you're gonna have to do major restoration on just about every body panel, everything. If I had to guess, 30 to 50 for one that you're gonna have to do a complete frame off on. But yeah, I know. I've seen the work you do. I've seen the pictures. You'll get it done. You'll get it done. You got a lucky lady there. You really do. And you're lucky to have a lady that wants something like a Camaro SS. That is cool as shit, man. I only mentioned in my previous post because Iran knew Lindsey Graham's friend is a friend of Donald Trump. That being said, so glad I am not a friend of Donald Trump. Amen. Amen. I hear you. I know what you meant. Nico Desmond. Isn't half of the Straits part of the EEZ of Iran and other half of Oman? Why are they claiming it's international waters? Because that is what it's been. There are nautical laws that when you have a narrow strait like that and international waters proceed out into it, there are international laws that govern these things. And Iran is saying, no, it's our water. That's it. You can't do it. And the majority of the shipping channel falls in the Iranian portion of it. It does. The part by Oman, if you look at the depths, it's much shallower, much flat. It's kind of like the Gulf around Texas. That shelf goes out a long ways before it drops off. Ukraine has destroyed 101 Russian ships in 6 days. Magyars to Azov Sea Turkey shoot makes the World War II Battle of Midway look like child's play. This should be getting a lot more coverage in the U.S. Yeah, it should. It should. That is what. Let me show you what he's talking about. Let me show you what he's talking about. There are videos. I got a still picture here for you. There are videos of this all over social media. But yeah, Russia's shadow fleet. Do you remember when we were talking about the ship tracker, those ships that were coming through over northern Europe? Yeah, Ukraine's setting them on fire. I mean, they are just swarming these things with drones, and Russia can do nothing about it. They have literally crippled Russia's oil industry, and Russia is a one-trick pony. It is a gas station with a military, and they have literally just crippled their oil fleet. Yeah, this is something you're going to see fuel price spikes. You are, because that oil that was being, what's the right word for ignoring sanctions and illegally bought? Yeah, that's not going anywhere anymore. So those people that were illegally buying it now have to go to the legitimate markets to buy. I mean, this is something else, man. Ignoring these problems, you get what you deserve. You get what you deserve. ET, it is less than 17 weeks until the general election. Pay attention to the dates, folks. We're getting very close. Time to get that bandwagon thing going on. Nothing but positive effects. Get people excited about voting Democrat and keep hammering those narratives and driving them home. It is that time. It is that time. Verify your voter registration and deadline dates. Absolutely. There are several websites you can do that. Vote.org is a good one. Check your voter registration because that is one of the way Republicans cheat is they will try to challenge your voter registration. Caging, they'll send you a bogus letter that looks like an advertise like one of those Republican advertise. I get them here all the time. Oh, uh, uh, Greg Abbott wants you, but when you open it, it's actually a request for you to verify to a third party. Nobody that's not even in the government, that you're actually still living there and that you're actually legally registered to vote. When you don't respond to that, as you shouldn't, why should you give a third party anybody information? They will go to the Secretary of State and challenge your voter registration. It's called caging. Republicans do it massively. That's why so many people that vote Democrat report after every election, hey, I showed up and they said I wasn't registered. It's because there are entire law firms funded on the right to do only caging. It really happens. Know your early voting dates and get involved. Amen. Vote as fast as you can. Zebediah Strange, receiving gift subs. If you're watching YouTube from a brand account, you are hard coded out of the system. Thank you for sharing the information. Mr. Knudsen, thank you for gifting the membership. Good to see you. Good to see you. Jason Craw, thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. I'm truly grateful. Linda Orndorff, if you live in a Democratic-run state like Pennsylvania, I got $3,000 in rebates when I bought my electric car. Check your state. Yeah. Fine. I mean, there are deals to be had out there, folks. Christopher Daly, end ICE. Amen. Amen. That is one of those things that I will agree with 100%. Normally, I'm like, you can't destroy law enforcement. There's a need for it. But that agency needs to be ripped down, the foundation jackhammered, every bit of it hauled to a landfill, and start building from scratch a real immigration system. Defund, disband all ICE, start over in a new administration. Amen. Amen. Cassie Lake, PM Carney made 2 missteps this week: concessions on the Gordie Howe Bridge and wearing sneakers instead of boots to the chuck wagon races at Calgary Stampede. I hope you will come enjoy Calgary one day. Calgary is one of the cowboy capitals of the world, folks, if you don't know it. If you don't know it. Yeah, how could he not wear boots? Didn't nobody tell him? You got to do that, man. You got to do that. You got to do that. Trying to make deals on the Gordie Howe Bridge. I get that. Making the sausage is ugly. It is. Trump is demanding bribes over this, and they're going to offer a few to try soft diplomacy first. So I'm not going to knock Carney for that. I'm not. I put the blame where it belongs. I put the blame on corrupt Republicans. Mr. Knudsen, Texas Paul, watching from an annual family holiday to Denmark. Say happy birthday to my parents, 75 and 73 this summer. My wife and kids wish you all a happy summer. Lady Lindsey, not even out of the closet, straight into a coffin. Yeah. Good to see you, parents. Good to see you. Good to see you. Mr. Knudsen is here. He interacts with us. He brings us good information. Asbjorn brings us good information, shares it with our people. He's part of the Ride or Die community here. He keeps us informed, because so few of us get good information out of Europe. You should be very proud of your son. He is an important part of our community. Thank you for watching. Red Freckles, Mr. Paul, just curious, do you know if there are big subsidies for building data centers? I worked at the electric wholesaler field, and I am seeing someone with purchase orders. There is better than subsidies for data centers. Florida, you just had Ron DeSantis screaming at people like Ron DeSantis does, that jackass, worthless, just lying out of his teeth, saying, "Yeah, we funded these data centers, but we're getting paid back." They're getting paid back by FEMA. They took Florida state money to fund data centers, which is better than a subsidy. It's free financing. Then FEMA is going to pay them back. And dumbass DeSantis thinks that that's better. It's still our tax money. You arrogant twat. It's still our tax money. Who are you bullshitting? We are all still paying for this. All you're doing is bragging, I got over on the rest of them people. You Floridians should be happy. We fucked every other American. Got them to pay for part of it. What a piece of shit. Rena Scott. Trump should be solely financially responsible for any lawsuits coming our way because of the ICE terrorists. Should be. Not going to work that way. Not going to work that way. Mike Daly the Dim. Once MAGA is out of power, the U.S. must think and act continentally again with our Canadian and Mexican brothers and sisters. We're better together. Amen. Amen. But Mexico nor Canada are going to immediately start trusting us again. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Nor should it. Nor should it. Amen. Say hi for me to all in the kingdom for me, where royalty is real and not desired by non-royal fools. Reaching out to Mr. Knutson there. Paulette Tansel, thank you for gifting the memberships. Pamela K, thank you for being so generous. Thank you. Just a couple more. We're going to get back to where you're going to love this last story. You're going to love this last story. MM, love how you provide to us the proof Ukrainians are kicking butt. They are. They are kicking butt. Paulette Tansel, wow, huge support there, Paulette. Thank you. Thank you, Texas Paul. You in this community have been a lifeline for me throughout this reign of terror. Got to stick together. Thank you. That's huge support, and I'm truly grateful. Very generous of you. Callan Roberts reports on Ireland helping Russia. Don't know what you're talking about there, brother. Email me. Let me know what you're talking about. Melissa Grubb, excited to vote for Abdul in the Michigan primary. Michigan is going to be great. You watch. Michigan is going to be great. So what's the real story about cowboy boots? Prevent snake bites or because stepping in it all the time? It's for work, man. They originate in Spain, come out of Mexican culture. Chaps did too. Chaps come out of Mexican culture because, if you're going to ride through cactus, you're going to ride through, you don't have skin thick like a horse's. A horse's skin is really tough. It takes a lot for, like a thorn or something to get through a horse's skin, but not so much for a cowboy or a rider. I mean, you can wear denim, but that's not going to do shit for mesquite thorns and everything else. It's not cactus. So yeah, leather up to mid calf when you were riding was just the Spanish and Mexican versions of riding boots. But yeah, the whole chaps things, the latigo, all of that comes out of Mexican culture. Yeah, the vaqueros, that's all Mexican and Spanish, all of it. But no, it's not about stepping in shit. It's not. It's not, and it's not about snake bites because you're up on a horse. You're a good ways away from the snake. It is everything to do with protecting you while you're riding through brush and the cactus and whatnot. That's what it is. Andrew Borth, CBP are as bad or worse than ICE and was bad before Trump. Justice would include allowing people back on a fast track to citizenship. We got a lot of work to do about looking at the global, just look at it as, if you want to be crass about it, just look at the economy. What we're doing is stupid. It's just stupid. We got greedy executives that think that they can pare down their workforce with AI So they don't want to have to support people that aren't making them money. This is just it's just crassness. It's just crude. Is all it is. Gail Brownell, Aaron Parnez interviewed another Jeffrey Epstein survivor. Love Aaron Parnez. I love Aaron. A lot of people had a problem with him because his dad was Lev. No, Aaron Parnez has done good work. He's done good work. I highly recommend you give him a follow. Chandra Patton, check if your state has a My Voter page online. Georgia has one. You can check your voter info, confirm ballot reception, dates of future elections, and etc. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you for the good information. A couple more, and we got one last story for you. Jay Gillett, in the 90s, they're here in Calabria, Italy. But mostly it's been cooler here than Northern Europe. Also got my ballots for the primaries mailed out last week. Nice. Glad to see it. Look at you in Calabria, man. Look at you living the good life, brother. All right. Salute to you, sir. Salute to you. Glad to see it. Yeah, it is hot everywhere. Santista, sorry to say, but Rump has screwed the friendship from Canada, and I can't see this to be fixed by the next bicentennial. Look, as it should. It's going to take a lot of time to earn Canada's trust and respect back. This wasn't free. This wasn't free. Melissa Grubb, to be clear, I'm fighting for Abdul in the primary, but I will vote for the Democrat on the ballot. Ride or die, baby. Ride or die. That is the way to be. That is the way to be. So proud of you. So proud of you. Double Doc gifted 1 Texas membership. Thank you. Thank you. Last comment. We're going to get back to work. Yankee PQI. Make a dim jersey emote. Put on the dim jersey. That's a good one. That is a good one. That is a good one. Thank you. And yeah, shoot me some emails for emoji ideas. All right. Y'all remember this happening, right? There were protests all over Albania. Protests broke out all over Albania. People were pissed in Albania. They were upset. They were furious because Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump had bought beautiful island real estate that was a reserve. It was a nature reserve. And they were going to build like the new Epstein Island out there off the coast of Albania. And the Albanian people weren't having it. This is why I'm telling you, you speaking up matters. You losing your shit and taking to the streets matters. It makes a difference because the corrupt ass Albanian government was trying to make this happen. Well, the protests put the brakes on everything. Prosecutors are political animals. They want to have a future. They do. They know that they'll be remembered for what they do. And they started taking a look at this deal. And this is just going to make you smile. This is just going to make you so happy. This is just going to make you so happy. The businessman who sold land for Kushner Resort in Albania suspected of faking the deeds. He didn't own it. He didn't own it. He didn't own it. They're looking. They've seized over $140 million of this guy's money. He was trying to buy into the deal. He was trying to buy into the deal. One second. But this is going to be tied up in court forever. Forever. This is Artur Shihu. Tell me, take one look at this guy. Would you do business with this guy? He's out of Miami. He's an Albanian out of Miami. Would you do business with this guy? No. I would take one look and say, no, I'm not getting into a real estate deal with that guy. I'm not doing it. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. But the Albanian, this is from Al Jazeera. Albanian prosecutors have subsequently issued a warrant seeking Mr. Shihu's arrest, accusing him of trafficking South American cocaine into European ports and laundering the funds by using them to establish his property empire with falsified land ownership documents. Yeah. Yeah. You remember the show we did where I was showing you where they were talking about Venezuela and drug and they were murdering these people in these boats, calling them drug boats. And I kept saying, this is not where the cocaine comes from. This is not, you're going to know. And I showed you where the DEA tells you how it transits and what is going on. Yeah, this guy there. I mean, everything Trump touches dies. Everything within his orbit, whether it's Ivanka, whether it's Junior, whether it's Eric, whether it's anything, it is all going to be sleazy and criminal, and everything they touch dies. And this deal is going to be held up in court forever. They're going to end up losing their shirt and walking away. They are. They're going to end up losing their shirt and walking away. So yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy their good fortune. But honestly, who is surprised that a Trump got involved with somebody accused of being a cocaine trafficker? Somebody that would do something sleazy like forge ownership documents, forge deeds. Who is surprised? Is that not like perfectly on brand for everything Trump? Yeah. No. It matters. When you speak up, it matters. It matters. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. You can elicit change. I know a lot of people are worried about elections. I know a lot of people are worried about a lot of different things. I hear you voice your concerns. I do. But believe me, taking to the streets matters. It makes a difference. Speak up, step up. That's why I'm here. People are like, I get threats all the time. People are like, how can you be in such a red area and do this? Aren't you scared and all that? Look, I'm telling you, there's no other alternative. We have to speak up, and it makes a difference. There's a reason these right wingers go nuts in the comments and say the ugliest shit that doesn't pertain to anything we're saying. They're just crashing out, trying to insult people. It's because it makes a difference. What you say, what you do, it all makes a difference. And I need you to know that. I need you to feel it in your heart and understand that because, man, this next few months are the most important in our country's history. It is going to determine whether we come out of this next election anything that even closely resembles to the United States that we knew. And it matters. You matter. You people, it matters. So please, I'm asking you, get as many people as possible into our community. Share our messages as much as possible. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Do it. It matters. It matters. And I'm showing you right there the Albanian people taking to the streets, speaking up. It matters. It makes a difference. Peter Campbell, thank you for gifting the memberships, brother. Thank you. E.T. LG's trip to Disney was paid for by Make-A-Wish. Y'all are the best. Y'all really are. LOL truly gives meaning to want to buy a bridge. No shit. No shit. Carl Rossi, big smiles today all around. Gave to Annie. Kudos. Well done, sir. Salute. Salute. Gail Brownell, my Senator Thune still silent about Russia trip over the 4th of July years ago with several other Republicans refuses to answer any questions. Yep. Yep. Because they think the dumbest among us will continually, no matter what, turn out and vote, because they say something shitty about our brown brothers and sisters. Yep. They think they can ride bigotry. Don't have to be accountable for anything. Bruce Barrows, been away for a while. I thought I heard there's construction on the Albanian resort already. I hope I'm wrong. No, there isn't. There isn't. All of this is tied up in court. Linda from the VA, that Albanian businessman must have read a page from The Art of the Deal. No kidding, right? No kidding. Laura Schweiger. And that, my friend, is why this is my happy place. Folks, I appreciate you being here. I really do. That's what I've got for you today. Enjoy, enjoy, smile. It's Sunday. Don't go outside. It's hot. Spend some time inside enjoying social media because it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Spread the message. Talk about the stuff that nobody else is talking about that you're hearing here. How many times? Let me ask you something. I want to ask you a question. We're still roundtabling. I want to ask you a question. How many times has this happened to you? And I want, I want a number. I want to see them in the comments. How many times has this happened to you? We've talked about it. We've talked about what's going to happen. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, either the mainstream media finally gets on the message or you see it happen. How many times has that happened as part of the community to you personally? If you had to guess, how many times have you seen that happen? We talk about it, and then a week later, here comes the mainstream media talking about, oh, well, this is important. We should focus on this. Or we talk about an event that's going to happen, or the way something's going to unfold, and then here we are. Yep, look, there it is. There it is. Talking about the diesel prices. There it is. We're doing good work here, people. We're doing good work here, and I cannot do it without you, and I'm super grateful for the support. On that note, enjoy some Texas cities at night.